No, it's very exciting. I'm very happy to be back. Obviously, I've spent all 5 of my pro hockey years in Utica and with the Vancouver Canucks organization. So for them to to believe in me and give me another chance on a 1-year deal, I'm very thankful for it. Yeah, well, I mean, uh, I guess leading up to it, knowing that I was going to be classified as an unrestricted free agent, players put in a lot of years to, I guess, reach that point in their career. And but at the end of the day, when Vancouver showed that they were interested in bringing me back, to me it was a no-brainer. It was a good fit, just having some familiar faces within the organization, both in Vancouver and Utica. I've made a lot of good relationships in my 5 years too. So to continue that was an easy choice for me. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, when I first came into the league, I was just trying to find my way. Try to establish myself as a good American Hockey League defenseman. I think now with going into now my sixth season with the organization, I think for myself, for my game, I think I just continue, doing what I've done. Try to add as much as I can, obviously. But at this point where I think I've, been around long enough and kind of been a part of the culture that, speaking in Utica, especially just with what we've done there in terms of leadership and stuff. And I think that was a big part of maybe why they were interested in bringing me back. Being a guy that's, like I said, played 5 years, I've been in a couple of playoffs, and to have some younger defensemen, some younger players coming into the organization, just, being a guy that they can lean on for whatever it might be, because I was there at one point in my career too, and so it was always nice to have an older guy to to talk to, and like I said, just have someone you can lean on. So yeah, well, I mean, I've been a captain on previous teams I've played in or played on, sorry. So I think that's maybe something that I'm comfortable doing. I think with speaking on my years in Utica, I think, like I said, coming in, I was just trying to find my way. And, by the end of it, I think it was myself, Wasey, Carter, and Richard, who were kind of the longstanding Comets there. So we all kind of came in together. And so I think just, being a part of that and having Trent come in and see, kind of that group of core guys, I guess, that have kind of been leaders there, and to be put into that group was an honor. And if that's something that continues, then obviously very grateful for that too. I mean, I think Ben, when you get to pro, it's maybe a little bit different than junior hockey or lower levels coming up. I think when you get to pro, everyone is a man, and it's kind of everyone's own responsibility. Like, as much as a leader, is there for your team and for younger players if they ever need anything. At the same time, you also have your own job to do and to take care of. So I think for me, it's just being approachable and hopefully my teammates, that I've had or, will have in the future, look at me, being as a guy that can be approachable. And, like you said, with some of our younger defensemen, whether it was just, sitting in the dressing room kind of down in our corner that we usually have in our room in Utica, if there was ever anything ever that those guys ever asked or anything like that, it was, I think just from what I've been through, it was the right thing. And just to, kind of help them out, I guess. And, I played with Ole quite a bit last year and with Brogan as well. So, two guys that, Brogan's first year, he obviously had an amazing year, and just to play alongside him was awesome. And then for Ole, a guy who also, solidified himself playing a full year too, like that too. So it was good. I think just to play with both younger guys and have an older guy, who maybe is a more, stay at home kind of guy, that, a guy for like Brogan and Ole, who have some offensive side of their game, they can, feel more comfortable taking off and being part of the offense. So I think it worked well. I can't speak for them, but I think overall, if they ever had any questions or anything, I think I was there for them. after the season was, I guess, put on pause, my wife and I came back to Cochrane, Alberta. We moved into our house that we bought. So I guess that kind of kept us sane a bit, during the hard part of the pandemic, and allowed us to, kind of get used to our new place and get things set up and stuff like that. So been doing that, and then just kind of as the months kind of have moved along here, just been training and skating quite a bit now. Here in Cochrane, I actually train and skate with Wasey, so that's nice, and kind of have a familiar face here too, which was nice for us to move into a new place. So that's been about it. Just been moving along here, and excited that there's some positive talks to return to play come for next season. Probably just kind of similar to what you've seen. I think what the NHL did with the bubble and having the playoffs and awarding the Stanley Cup, I think was a good step. And obviously to do it, having no cases at all too, showed that it definitely works. So I think just moving forward now, I think just kind of what everyone's been saying, I think there's a lot of unknowns still, but I know that, especially spending, this long of an off season of working out and skating and stuff like that, it's nice to have a kind of an end goal and see light at the end of the tunnel. So, just from reading things and hearing what people say, it sounds like, there's a good chance that something could happen, but then again, like I said, there's just so much unknown, so we'll see. Yeah. I don't know. It's been a great 5 years, and that's why I was excited to sign back with Vancouver and continue in the organization and ultimately push to make Vancouver. And I think looking back on the 5 years that I've had already, I think obviously getting my first NHL game was a pretty cool moment, and having my all my family there was extra special. So other than that, I think regards in Utica alone, when we made the playoffs a couple of years ago and played Toronto in the first round, I believe it was my first year in Utica when we made the playoffs and we played Albany in the first round, but I didn't get in the lineup much, so I didn't really get to experience that, that Utica home fan, that atmosphere. So when we did it a couple years later and played Toronto, I think that was, that was something that I'll never forget, just the atmosphere in that building and taking to, the team that ultimately went on to win the Calder Cup, taking them to 5 games. And I think just, having some great teammates along the way too.